what if Jesus was the first hybrid? Where he comes down, he was he was Mother Mary, and it was from above. I mean, I have to throw this out because this is one that's been spoken of.
Okay.
So maybe if the seed was planted, as abductees say, into a mother that never did it the other way. I've never spoken about sex with a priest. I guess the people that do, there's a wall between you, right? But if that did, that is an actual possibility, right? And then when he's born, he is of what is God to the creators of us, if that is possible. And I'm just throwing this out. I have no clue. And then he has all these special abilities that they also say the aliens have. Healing and knowing what they're thinking of and talking to the Father. I mean, it almost can even fit. What do you think about that?
I would say no.
You couldn't wait.
Yes, I would say.
He's like, shut up, Connie.
I would say also, because if that's the case, we're in deep trouble. Because if in fact that Christ is equal to that of a quote unquote alien, then that alien cannot redeem us. It is not equal to creation that can redeem us. It's only God that can redeem us.
And what if they come down and they say, you know what, we wrote that book to try to get you guys to calm down.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying what the other theorist people say.
Well, then I would say then if you wrote that book, you need to follow your own moral code and stop abducting people against their free will.
Predicted by basic facts of the matter.
Yes,
and,
but here's my point in all
that's
that.
the reason to bring up these ridiculous theories. It's to show that they've been disproved.
I get it, and you need to do that for sure. But what bothers me is when all those things happen constantly, all it does is keep us from going into. It keeps us at 101. Was it real or not? Was it real or not? Is he telling the truth or not? It keeps us stuck at 101, and we don't get deeper into it. However, you yourself went deeper because years later, that's where you said, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, what are they doing there? Can we what can we find out about these radiation readings, these magnetic readings, the follow-up?
Look, I'm here to fix your computer or install software that is special to your unit. I don't want to know anything that I don't want to know. And
that was it. That's what you had said.
They often told me way too much, and I didn't want to know anything that I would be responsible for knowing, and because you can disappear when you know too much.
Well, this is true. This is true. Well, let me ask you this before we get to questions. Did you see? That's pretty wacky what you just said. That's like wow. It's actually cool. All right, to me, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Two questions, I guess. When you first saw that, did you just freak out, or did you already have a knowing, or did your body say does not compute, or what happened to you?
My whole mind said, Black Ops, keep walking.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Was that a praying mantis or a beetle, or what the freak was that thing? I don't know, but.
and at that point, I didn't care. I just wanted to do the job and go home.
And ever since, you've killed little spiders that would fall from the ground or from the ceiling down.
Yeah.
Okay, and now where he could hide before behind the cameras, he can't now. It's just the way it is. But that is Kevin Harrington, and here he is right now, Kevin Harrington, the old shark, and now running around out in the cryptocurrency world, along with Stan Larimer, the godfather of BitShares. Two heavy hitters right here. So how's it going, Kevin? I haven't seen you in years.
Crypto Connie, I love the name, and it's doing great. We're having a ton of fun here. First of all, how many times have you and I been in Vegas together at some kind of a trade show, right?
I know
Not only, the old infomercial shows and electronic retailing, and of course a lot of the trade shows. That you see, the hardware show, this show, that show. But now, Freedom Fest, cryptocurrency things, and we're having a lot of fun today. We did something called the Pitch Tank earlier today with Steve Forbes and John Mackey from Greg Ryder. Where's Greg Ryder? Yeah, Greg Ryder. So we had a lot of fun taking pitches, and so that we did that on a few of those on Shark Tank too.
I can't believe you're still doing pitches. I thought you just might go to crypto and be done with it. You know what I mean? Because that's where it's at.
I do. You know what? I really love the whole world of crypto, blockchain. I'm sitting here with some gurus, so it's good to be here. You know?
Yes, you are right next to the godfather of BitShare, Stan Larimer. You are touching a legend, and also a legend to be right there next to you is Sean Worthington and the. But these stories are where people are running away for their lives. They're getting charged. They're getting chased. And a 7 to 15 foot, 4 to 6 feet wide, hairy, bipedal being that can talk to me and even freeze me in my tracks. Ooh. I mean, I it's fun to go Bigfooting, look for structures, do this and do that. But what if you run into one of those that's had a bad day?
And then there's some black plastic debris, which, defies description also, like the foil.
Well, a lot of people said, oh, this was, what they say, balsamic wood and tape, and that's what they're trying to say that you saw, correct?
Yeah. That's what they say, but I know what I saw. They said it was balsa wood. Well, no, it's not balsa wood. These are metal beams. For Pete's sakes, I built balsa wood airplanes all the time, so I knew what that looked like. But that was not what this was.
Now, people, they may have said, well, Jesse was only 11 years old at that time. What does he know?
Well, I'll tell you what, at 11 years old, your mind is like a sponge. It soaks up everything, and when you see something like this, you don't forget it.
And I don't think your dad would be bringing home balsa wood, would he, and wake you up in the middle of the night?
I think not. I think not.
Here, son, wake up. I must show you this.
Chaos is good, it means people are healing and processing the old paradigm.
That's true, they're getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, is breaking down and a whole new one is taking its place.
Well, why are there whites, blacks, Asians? What's all the different colors and all that?
It's all the star nations, all the different star nations.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That came and seeded?
Exactly,
right?
Yeah. And some of them, like the Orion Council of Light, when you meet these beings, you'll see all races combined.
Yeah.
When you look
and
at
they're beautiful.
They are.
When people come to, it's beautiful.
Oh, they're beautiful beings, and you look at them, you kind of go, well, what?
Yeah.
God, what nationality are these guys? You're looking at them, you go, there's everyeverything.
And it's all like the best
there.
of the best, too. It's like, oh, you got the perfect color.
They're not going to hurt me. That's all that's to it.
I think all these things relate. Grew up in a haunted house, and then learned about the UFO and the alien, then, later the Bigfoot and remote viewing and all sorts of things. I think they all connect. I mean, even with the ET, you have telepathy. With the Bigfoot, you have mind speak. You have the orbs in all of the arenas, ghosts, UFO, alien, and Bigfoot. So there's so many ways of connecting. Even, crop circles, you have the orbs as well. But one thing I find interesting that you mention is in the brain, in remote viewing, when someone views another, which, you're really, if you're taught it, you're told not to do that. But I've met people along the way, especially remote viewers, and that's like, especially good ones, that's one of the first things they do, is they look at your mind.
Put new constraints on to prevent that kind of abuse.
Well, and as you know, I had him on Coast to Coast right after that happened. He was raided, on Friday morning. We had him on Coast telling his story on Saturday night, and I can't believe he was as calm as he was after guns were in his head and everything that happened. Oh my gosh, I don't know how he did it. But it's interesting that you say that, because I was just given, not too long ago, a link for a petition. That's the MoveOn.org petition. Are you familiar with this already?
I've heard that they're trying to do something like that. The main reason for the petition was...
Because, I hate the name too, and I hate the name paranormal as well, because everybody immediately thinks ghost. So
right, and it's not. It's just right. Real science. It could be anything. It could be Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I say with the show with Blue Rock Talk, it's interesting things, out of the norm, unique.
Well, we have
one
to
of a
talk
kind.
about them because they're happening to all of us. All this extra stuff that happens with this Bigfoot research that people say are woo related. Well, you have to at least discuss it because it's happening to people, and it's happening to a lot of people.
That's
and
right.
So you've got all these parallel things that happen. It's okay to discuss that stuff.
Absolutely.
And no one has to make a decision on what it is. We're just discussing it, trying to figure this stuff out.
That's exactly right. And that's why it is good to explain. So have you experienced mind speak? Have you experienced as well when people talk about portals? What people do call the woo-woo. Have you experienced that kind of stuff yourself?
I don't know if you could put it to that. I've experienced being what they call being zapped.
No one has ever said, you don't want disclosure, you don't want it to happen, except you. And tell us why.
Well, first of all, there are a lot of people who are expecting disclosure at any moment now. Especially now that we've found out apparently what looks to be an alien body in Peru.
And he cut out. And this is what's typical with the ET things. You can be on the phone with somebody and they're about to say something and it cuts out.
Doesn't want the American population to know anything about this stuff.
Yeah, is it us? I mean, because it is readily available everywhere else. All the other countries, everybody talks about this.
Sure. Now we have, the internet. But then there's, look on YouTube.
And there's a ton of
stuff. You put in UFOs.
Exactly right. I try to tell people that. So are we the big country that says, shh, it's not real?
Well, I think we were at one time back in the days of Roswell, and we probably had a damn good reason because we had just come out of World War II.
And then you put the pieces together.
Well, they like to call it a game. People are calling cryptocurrency a game, and they're asking you to play the game. I think that's kind of a good way to put it.
Playing the equity markets, it's gambling.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, it's investing, excuse me.
I tell you what, it's scary, but it's also fun. I mean, you don't see this as the New World Order or anything, do you? Or Illuminati or anything, crazy like that, or that one world currency.
No, it's the opposite. It's the opposite because it's freedom. Nobody could control it.
And that's the big word. It is freedom. You don't have middlemen in between. The actual computers are the ones that keep up with everything, and people will lie. Computers just do what they're supposed to do. Let's see, where was I? Oh, so it was with the accent. Cameo, wasn't that sweet?
Enjoy, Connie.
He didn't want to be on.